Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Jeremy Scheib. Good morning.
It's a little bit slick out there this morning, and Jeremy was noting that the highway's probably the slickest, maybe because it was traveled and packed down a little bit more, huh?
Yeah, maybe last night might have been packed down a little bit more than kind of the side roads. I know, well, at least the road that I drive on from my house that's exposed to the wind, everything just kind of blew off of the top of it, and it's like normal.
Yeah.
But where there's trees blocking it and the snow was able to make it down to the ground, where cars drove on it, it's going to be pretty darn slick, so be careful this morning.
Yep. Couple schools starting late. Ansley schools with a 10 o'clock start, and the Broken Bow schools starting at 10. And the folks called from the Grand Island Independent, that will not be delivered until this afternoon here in Broken Bow. And so far, that's all we have. Things should improve pretty quickly once cloud cover gives away, and we are supposed to have, at the very least, a partly cloudy sky as we go through the day. So typical March dab of moisture, which we could really use. 400ths isn't much, but it's more than we had. We've gotten 700ths in the last couple days, so
Yeah.
helps maybe take that fire danger down a little bit. It won't last long when the winds pick back up and the sun comes out, but a little bit of a reprieve, but do drive with care today.
Yep, it's all got to melt and go somewhere, so even that little bit of soaking into the ground helps.
It does. Brent Apperson is taking a couple of days off, my understanding, and I was telling Jeremy this a moment ago. He's taking a couple of days vacation to do good deeds in the neighborhood, and I assume he's coming over maybe to finish up some painting that we've been working on over at the house, and
Nice.
maybe start doing a little bit of yard work over at our place. That was
Wow.
my understanding. But
Now that is dedication. Yard work with snow on the ground.
well, it'll
You know,
melt.
run the mower through the lawn a little bit.
If he has to, I'm sure he will, to be a good neighbor.
Even taking its own vacation time
Yeah.
to do something for his boss.
That's
Wow.
super nice. Well, he could come over and, just make sure the walks are clean.
Yeah, just brush them off a little bit.
Yeah. And then get out the mower later on maybe, or start doing a little cleaning in the flower beds and that sort of thing.
Replace a couple shingles,
That'd be
It's
nice.
just simple stuff.
Some windows could really use washing around the place, I can tell you that. And we've got a ladder right there in the garage he can grab. And so he'll have a fun couple of days.
Cool.
But he'll be back on Monday.
I'm nice and refreshed, I'm sure.
Coming up this half hour, we'll be hearing from Dave Davis Farmers National, and we've also got some other guests coming in. We'll be hearing from Gary Superfoods later on in the show. Brent sat down and visited with them yesterday, so that will be a pre-recorded piece we have for you. Looks like we have the Smokin' Hot Steakhouse coming in, and we'll visit with them, and Subway.
All right.
Ready to go. Now, yesterday, I thought, Jeremy, the Quiz Bowl was a lot of fun to listen to and or watch. A lot of close competition and a lot of questions answered. I think a Quiz Bowl is a little bit like baseball. You don't get it every time. It's a matter of averages as far as the questions you get asked, and if they ask in your wheelhouse, it just seems like how do I want to put it? When you're whatever age you are, you can answer questions from that time period when you were going to school, but it gets tougher after that.
Yeah, and that's the amazing thing about these kids is it doesn't matter what time period the questions are from. They were answering questions that I knew, that Gavin knew, and that my mom was texting me that she knew.
Yeah.
That's the impressive thing
Yeah.
to me. I would only be able to add a little bit of value to one of those teams, whereas those kids are very well rounded.
Yeah, they get a broader view when they practice. We need to note that the teams that participate, they practice at this and do test questions, and so they're a little broader than the rest of us because we can remember things from our time period when we went to school better than we can remember today's current events or 10 years ago. So it's fun to listen to. It's fun to watch. It was a great broadcast. The kids did a great job, and thanks to the Broken Bow Schools for always allowing us in to highlight the academics of the schools.
Yep. And it went really smooth, sounded good, and congratulations to the team from Callaway who went 4-0 on the day, went all the way through the winner's bracket to get the victory.
And did they have just the one team, or did they have two teams?
They had one team. Callaway had one team.
So they went all the way through with one team. That's pretty impressive.
That is, yeah. A couple of schools brought two or even maybe three teams, but Callaway just had one team, made their way all the way through.
Well, it was fun, and Anselmo Myrna is going on to state competition, I understand.
Yeah, their year isn't done. They've got to go compete at state after doing really well at their ESU Quiz Bowl. So congratulations to them, too. I know we had a lot of people that read that story up on sandhillsexpress.com about them punching their ticket to state. So I think they'll represent the area very well. They had a great day yesterday as well.
Yeah. And now let's talk a little bit about track, because as we look outside, it's perfect track weather. This is the kind of weather you get when you have track meets. But they're getting in full steam ahead on track, and work their way through districts, and hopefully a bunch of the kids will go to state, and we'll be following them as well. So that's the next sports thing that we'll be having.
Yep, and Brent's getting ready to start his live track report schedule. That's going to be coming up pretty soon. If you haven't seen that, it's up on the sports broadcast schedule page of sandhillsexpress.com. And the Broken Bow track reports have already started. Those are Tuesdays at noon on KCNI during noon sports, and those are sponsored segments, and he has coach interviews and results from the past track meet that he passes along. So don't forget to tune in for that each Tuesday, weather permitting, and if they have their track meets from that previous Tuesday through until the next Tuesday, those will be the results that he's talking about in that Broken Bow track report.
All right. And let's not forget about golf. Wouldn't be a great day to golf today, but they've already been out, and competition is underway for the golf season, and we'll be following that for you as well. As soon as Brent gets done with the chores in the neighborhood, he'll be back to continue coverage. Before we go too far here, we're going to get to the school lunch menus, but we don't have a terrible busy schedule today, so I would like to ask you a question.
Okay.
How's things going at the house with the new one?
Oh, they're going well. Yeah. She likes to sleep like her dad, which is good. Yeah. Normally goes down, just wakes up like twice in the night, which is pretty normal for a 1-month-old baby.
It's pretty good.
So we're happy about that. She loves baths. She had a bath last night. She uses it like a hot tub. Just kind of sits there and puts her arms up on the side of the tub and kind of hangs out.
That's funny. We talked about this the other day, but it seems like babies either love baths or they hate them, and you're lucky to have Isabel, who loves taking a bath, but sometimes that's just not much fun. When they hit the water, they don't like it. So
yeah, she likes it until I accidentally, when I've got to rinse her hair out and accidentally get water on her face. Then all bets are off. It's game over at that point. But she likes it until that point. So we usually just try to, kind of sit her in there and let her enjoy it a little bit and relax. And it usually calms her down. And we do it right before we put her pajamas on and put her to bed. So she's nice and calm and relaxed. Usually that's a really good night of sleep. Yeah, that we're all that way. Nice bath before bed. And that's good to hear. How are the grandparents? Because they get at such a level of wonder that have they come off the mountain yet as far as grandparenting goes? I don't know. It's still Nicole and I own the house, but when the grandparents come over, it's where's the baby?
Yeah, that's
which is normal. Yeah. But come in and it's where's she at?
Yep.
In the arms instantly, and then not out of their arms until they take off. But yeah, it's good. My mother and father-in-law live in town, so we go over there for dinner, or they come over every now and then
Yeah.
and get to see her. My mom has visited a couple of times. They're from the eastern part of the state. She's visited a couple of times. My dad's been out a couple of times too. So the distance is a little bit harder with grandparents that live a ways away. So they're kind of discovering that's kind of hard, which we expected. But yeah, now that she's getting older and starting to smile and look around and notice things.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different. It's going to get really fun here in the next few months.
Yeah, it will. It goes so fast, and that's why your parents hate to be that far away, because the changes are almost daily. So, but it sounds like it's going well, and she's a beautiful, beautiful baby. And I know that you guys are having a blast with her.
So yeah, definitely.
That's very cool. All right, SEM today, school lunch menus, grilled chicken at Sumner Eddyville Miller.
At Sargent today, taco salad with lettuce, cheese, salsa, and carrots, fruit cup, milk, and salad bar.
Today at Loop City, it's chicken leg or ham, mashed potatoes, corn, and tea roll.
At Sand Hill Stunning, breaded pork chop, mashed potatoes, gravy, and broccoli and cheese.
Arcadia today, going to be featuring hot dogs, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Today at Ansley, they are serving up Staff's Choice.
At the Broken Bow Middle School High School today, it's homestyle tater tot hot dish with dinner roll, chicken nuggets and dinner roll, fresh baked ham and cheese subs, and a Southwest salad with tortilla chips, vegetables, fruit, and milk. And again, the Broken Bow schools are having a 10 o'clock start today.
Let's see here. I'm struggling to... Oh, okay. I see it's printed on the left. I don't see these every day, so
I know,
I'm
it's
not
hard.
sure how to... every single one of these is different. At Anselmo Myrna today, they are serving home-style tater hot dish with dinner roll, chicken nuggets with dinner roll, and grilled chicken salad with roasted flatbread, a great variety of vegetables, fruit, desserts, and milk, too. At Callaway today, oven-fried chicken. And then last but certainly not least, at Arnold today, they are having Sloppy Joe on a bun.
And again, we also want to note that the Ansley schools are starting at 10, Broken Bow schools starting at 10, and the Grand Island Independent newspaper will be delivered after lunch here in Broken Bow today. All right. Been thinking about the global situation a little bit. In fact, a lot. It's kind of hard to ignore what's going on in Ukraine. So we're going to play this little song for you here on this Thursday morning. J.J. Cale and Eric Clapton together on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Let's play the game.
Okay. Looks like we're just doing general historical events that have happened in the month of March through the years. And today we are playing for a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. We had Pizza Hut last night. It was very good. What's your crust option when you go and enjoy Pizza Hut?
Just the thin
crust?
Thin crust.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go hand-tossed.
Do you?
Hand-tossed is good. It's good. It's not like the thick, doughy kind, but it's not like thin and crunchy either.
Yeah.
We go hand-tossed with light sauce.
I'll eat it anyway, but if I was going to specify that's the way, but it doesn't, it's all good.
Yeah. So get ready to give us a call, 872-2801, if you know the answer to this March trivia question. Who did Brutus and fellow conspirators murder in the Senate chamber in Rome on March 15th, 44 B.C.? Was it A, Augustus Caesar, B, Brutus Albinus, C, Mark Antony, or D, Julius Caesar? We're looking for who Brutus and fellow conspirators murdered in the Senate chamber in Rome on March 15th, 44 BC. 872-2801 if you know the answer or want to give it a guess.
Give us a call.
We're so excited for spring at Bo Bootery, and when we get excited, we celebrate with savings for you. Right now, save on selected Twisted X shoes. Buy one pair at regular price and get a second pair half off. Spring fun colors and styles are hitting the shelves. Make your feet comfy this spring. Also, men and women's New Balance in-stock athletic shoes at closeout savings 30% off. So come see us at Bo Bootery on the square in Broken Bow.
The Secret Garden. Some secrets just can't be kept. Right now, save 15% off anything with Pink, including plants and new inventory. Plus, prepay for your plants now and then pick them up when they arrive in May. Lamentations 3, verse 23. Great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning. Open Friday, 11:30 to 4:30, and Saturday, 8:30 to 4:30. The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
We have Lori on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Good. Are you outside?
I'm on my way to work.
Okay, be careful. Here's your question.
I am.
Okay, Lori, who did Brutus and fellow conspirators murder in the Senate chamber in Rome in 44 B.C.? Was it Augustus Caesar, Brutus Albinus, Mark Antony, or Julius Caesar?
I'm going to guess Julius Caesar.
That's it.
Good Ides of March.
There you go. Good job. Stop and see us, and we'll have a certificate here for that pizza. We'd like to have you stop in and say hi.
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot.
You.
You bet. Have a great day.
You too.
It is 9 minutes before the hour.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Eberly reporting for Dave Davis Auction Service and Farmers National Company. To start with, I would like to remind you that we are having a machinery consignment auction. It's at farm, cattle, and shop equipment, vehicles, and trailers. That's this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. It is being held at the Custer County Fairgrounds. There will be lunch provided. We will take consignments up to 5 p.m. on Friday, April 1st. No consignments will be taken on Saturday, the day of the auction. And so that's this Saturday, April 2nd, starting at 9 a.m. A few of the items on there are an 806 Farmwell diesel tractor with cab, an Oliver 77 tractor with farmhand, some other tractors. There's a farmhand 822 grinder mixer, a New Holland 2450 swather, new crimpers and parts for a swather, a John Deere 3-point rotary hoe. There's a chisel, a JD planter, some hay rakes, a 3-point bell and roller with cylinders, hay racks, a 3-point Rhino post hole digger. There is some 8-foot cement fence line feed bunks, some good used pivot tires on wheels, a Bosch 20-foot adjustable alleyway, a Pearson cattle chute with cage, a Pearson head gate, a cattle working chute, a Powder River calf cradle, steel post, There's a 2001 Chevy Duramax diesel K2500 HD pickup with 8-foot Boss snowplow. There's a flatbed trailer, a 5x10 utility trailer, two-wheeled covered utility trailer. There's a gas generator, a wood chipper with shredder, hydraulic log splitter, a 42-inch pull-type bush mower, power washer, truck toolbox, fuel barrels on stands, oxyacetylene and torch set, a Black & Decker rated arm saw, a DeWalt 6-inch angle grinder, a bench grinder, a steel chainsaw, electric meat smokers. These are just some of the items that will be there, and obviously we don't even know some of the items because they haven't all showed up. So you do need to drive out there and check it out and come on Saturday. If you have any questions, you can call Jim at 870-1785. That's this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. And you can also look online to find one of our sale bills. And like I said, it won't have everything on there either because there are some items that won't be posted on there, but that's DaveDavisAuctionService.com. If you have any questions, make sure you call the office or call Jim. Going over to Farmers National side, we have a listing at 1725 North C Street. It's an 1890 stately two-story home. This home sits proudly on a hill of a very large lot. Main floor has kitchen, dining area, living area, half bathroom, office, and a family room. Family room has a fireplace and newer waterproof flooring. Upstairs has 3 bedrooms and 2 more bathrooms. Master bedroom has a master bathroom, hardwood floors under the carpet, a partial basement with laundry and great storage. You'll enjoy the large wraparound deck, mostly newer windows, furnace and air conditioner are around 6 years old. Exterior was recently painted. A utility shed, garden shed, and double garage with storage above. That's at 1725 North C Street. In Myrna at 43254 Dale Cemetery Road, we have a home in the country. Lots of room in this 1.5-story home with original woodwork and hardwood floors under the carpet. Formal dining space has neat open staircase and a pocket door leading into the living room. Living room also has a pocket door leading to the master bedroom. There's a back porch off of the kitchen. Main floor laundry. There are 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom on the main floor, and upstairs has 4 more bedrooms. This property has a 54 by 84 Morton building with concrete floor and a 14-foot tall garage door. This home is sitting on 6.3 plus or minus acres. It's located 1/4 mile off of Highway 2. The address is 43254 Dale Cemetery Road by Myrna. Also by Myrna at 404 East Center Avenue, we have a home listed that has open living and dining space with lots of natural light. Galley kitchen with appliances staying, 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom on the main floor. Lower level has a main master bedroom with a large walk-in closet, family room, and 2nd bathroom with laundry area. Large finished garage with tons of storage. It's an all-electric home, open front porch located just outside of Myrna. This home has so much to offer at 404 East Center Avenue in Myrna. I think that sums it up for this week. I'd like to thank you all for listening, and don't forget our consignment auction this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. at the Custer County Fairgrounds. Thanks for listening, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.
Listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. U.S. gas prices are still taking a major chunk out of drivers' wallets. Reports say President Biden is ready to make a new move to help bring them down. CBS's Monica Ricks has the details.
The president is reportedly prepared to order the release of up to 1 million barrels of oil per day from the nation's strategic petroleum reserve to help curb energy prices. Gas prices have spiked over the last month as the U.S. and its allies impose steep sanctions against Russia over its invasion of Ukraine.
Energy analyst Phil Flynn is skeptical.
This is just a short-term solution to try to lower prices, and it's not going to work over the long term.
The price of a gallon of regular gas this morning is $4.22. In California, it's almost $5.90. Oil prices fell on news of the reports. Global benchmark Brent crude has declined more than 5%. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. 2022 is going to be an expensive year for the Lancaster County Election Commission, footing the bill for 3 elections, including the special election to fill Congressman Jeff Fortenberry's District 1 seat, which will be vacant starting April 1st. Dave Shively, Lancaster County Election Commissioner, told 1011 Now that he estimates the special election will cost the county $300,000, and the Secretary of State's office said the county will have to pay that entire amount. This is not the only challenge. As Shively said, the primary election, which will be held May 10th, is already a major undertaking, and this happened fairly suddenly. A spokesperson for Governor Pete Ricketts told 1011 Now he's going to wait to set a date for the special election until after the vacancy goes into effect. Ricketts has to set the date within 90 days and will likely be toward the end of June to give counties as much time as possible to prepare. Time, according to Shively, is what they will need. Shively said creating the ballot will be easy as there will only be two candidates. The Nebraska Republican Party and the Nebraska Democratic Party will name candidates likely by the end of April. The Secretary of State's office said neither the Libertarian nor Legalized Marijuana Now parties are eligible to name candidates. 1011 Now reached out to both the Nebraska Republican Party and the Nebraska Democratic Party. Taylor Gage with the Nebraska GOP said once a date is set for the election, the executive board will set a meeting to choose their candidate. 4 Republicans will run for the seat in the primary, including former State Senator Mike Flood, who has been endorsed by Governor Pete Ricketts. The Nebraska Democratic Party forwarded an interview done with the Nebraska Examiner in which they said the party will be considering both Democratic candidates who will be on the primary ballot, State Senator Patty Pansing Brooks and UNL student Jakari Zakari, who has live-streamed events like the Black Lives Matter marches. Shively said once they know the date and candidates, it will be crunch time for getting those ballots out and hammering out the details of the third major election planned in 2022.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL, and we had a surprising coaching change in Tampa with Bruce Arians stepping down as head coach and defensive coordinator Todd Bowles taking over. Arians, who guided the Bucs to a Super Bowl title 2 years ago, will move into a front office consulting role. Bowles has previous NFL head coaching experience, having been the head coach of the Jets for 4 seasons. Checking NBA games of note, the Heat beat the Celtics 106-98 in a Big Eastern Conference game. Miami now with a 1-game lead on Milwaukee and a 2-game lead on Boston and Philadelphia, with the top record in the Eastern Conference. Suns beat the Warriors 107-103, 9th win in a row for Phoenix. They're a league best 62-14 now on the year. Grizzlies edged the Spurs 112-111. The San Antonio loss drops them out of the final play-in spot in the West. The Lakers now hold that spot. Luka Doncic 35 points, 13 assists for the Mavericks in a 120-112 win over the Cavaliers. Nikola Jokic 37 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists for the Nuggets. They beat the Pacers 125-118.
Here's your Weatherology forecast. For today, look for gradually decreasing cloud cover with highs working up into the lower 50s. Let breezy northwest winds at 15 to 20. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 24, with our winds turning light and variable. For your Friday, a chance for some afternoon rain showers developing with mid-50s for highs. Saturday, lots of sunshine returning, 63. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
2 past the hour of 8 o'clock, 24 degrees outside under a cloudy sky. Winds are out of the northwest, 5 to 15 plus miles per hour. Barometric pressure 29.82 and rising. Humidity at 84%. High temperature yesterday 31 with an overnight low of 24. Sunset today at 8:02. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:22. We recorded 0.04 of an inch precipitation at 7 o'clock this morning. That brings our total to 37 hundredths. Did a little measuring before I come out this morning. It works a little better in sheltered areas in town. I could not quite get an inch of snow measured. Just 3/4, something like that. But as we mentioned earlier, it was a mix of moisture, and wherever there's heavy traffic, that's where it seems to be the slickest. It just packed that snow down, and then it turned to a icy surface. So if you're driving out there, slow down just a little bit and be careful, and this should all improve pretty quickly. Again, Broken Bow School starting at 10 a.m. today, the Ansley Public Schools starting at 10 a.m. today, and also the Grand Island Independent newspaper will be delivered after lunch today. Those are the changes that we're aware of, that we've been notified of here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Today is the 31st of the month, the last day for our farmers and ranchers out there to get in on the spring cattle mineral sale that Evans Feed has going, and Mike's been promoting that all month. This is the last day you can take advantage of those prices.
Yep, ends at 5:30 today, so lock in your cattle mineral prices for the summer. Give them a call at 1-800-830-2119 to save money on cattle minerals at Evans Feed. They're located in Broken Bow, and their hours are 8 a.m. to 5:30. So if you want to get that hammered out and secured, give them a call by 5:30 today. It is the last day of their spring cattle mineral sale at Evans Feed Company.
Jeremy, we have some birthdays to celebrate here today, a couple anyway. Kimberly Weatherwax Brock. Kim Weatherwax, the daughter of Alice and Roger, celebrating her birthday, and she is probably celebrating up in Alaska. That's where she now lives, and she is in the medical field, and a wonderful young lady. So happy birthday, Kimberly. If you happen to be listening online, or Alice, if you're listening, please tell Kim that we want to wish her a happy birthday. Also, a happy birthday to Doug Worm today. If you're having a birthday, you're celebrating with some stars.
Some stars.
Yeah.
All right.
Today, you're celebrating your birthday with Angus Young.
Oh, Angus.
Yes. Co-founder and lead guitarist of AC/DC, known for his onstage antics, and he'll probably be shaking all night long since it's his birthday. Also, Christopher Walken, famous actor, kind of a quirky guy.
Yes.
He's 79 today. You might remember him in a couple of movies, and he's been in a lot of them. True Romance, Pulp Fiction, and Wedding Crashers, and The Deer Hunter was kind of his breakout film many years ago. Al Gore is celebrating his birthday today. Former vice president, served 2 terms under Bill Clinton. A U.S. Senator from Tennessee, an avid climate change activist, is 74 today. And Shirley Jones. Now, I don't know if you would remember Shirley Jones, but she's 88 today, and she was the mom in The Partridge Family. That was a series on TV.
Not ringing a bell.
Okay. I didn't think it probably would. That's that time thing we're talking about. And Herb Albert, musician, great horn player. He is 66 today.
Okay.
So those are some of the people that are celebrating birthdays. Now, I get to ask you some questions because we have not got to talk about it, and I don't know if we want to talk about it very long because it's been talked about an awful lot. But the big slap at the Oscars continues to unfold.
Oh, yeah. Has it unfolded more?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
Well, the big news yesterday was Brett and I were talking about the whole thing, and it's about 50-50 on who people, there's some that were in favor saying, yeah, he should have went up and slapped Chris Rock, and then there's another contingency that says that was awful that he did that. Probably not the right thing to do under the circumstances. Yeah. He lost his temper and did it. The hard part of it was watching the clip, he was yucking it up and chuckling at the jokes, and then all of a sudden his wife looked upset, and then he got upset and went up and kind of lost his temper in front of the world. But here's the rest of the story. They did ask him to leave.
Oh, really?
From the ceremony, and he refused. He wouldn't go.
Oh, so then they didn't make him?
They didn't make him go, and so he went on up then and received his Academy Award.
See, I think that's, I don't know. They kind of got pushed over a little bit. That seems kind of weak, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. Well, if you were asked to leave after an embarrassing moment like that, wouldn't you go ahead and leave? He refused. Then if you were on the other side of it, wouldn't you go get security and say, drag him out. He doesn't belong here right now. He misbehaved, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. There are very few places where, assaulting someone is the answer that you come to, especially that quickly.
Yeah.
In the moment. I've been angry at some people, but I've never come to the conclusion that I need to harm them physically within 10 seconds of them saying something to me. There's a lot that leads to that.
Yeah, exactly. And if he would have just held his temper for a couple more seconds, he could have met Chris Rock out back and told him what he thought afterwards, and he would have been cooled down a little bit, or maybe he would have went ahead and punched him. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
the time and place was probably not where it should have been. And honestly, in my opinion, but pretty tame joke from Chris Rock for Chris Rock standards.
Oh, yeah.
And even Chris Rock in the middle, after he had slapped him, you kind of hear him say, like, oh, boy, I could just, nope. And he just went on. He's a professional comic and has been for years. He's had hecklers and things like that. He can lay into you, especially if he knows he's got a whole book of work of your career, your wife's career, and everything about your life he could just lay into. But I applaud him for being able to continue and actually get the award given away after that.
Yeah, he
They
didn't really
even
hesitate.
No, they didn't even grant him a commercial break or anything. Poor guy just had to stand up there and keep rolling, and he did a pretty darn good job of it. So coming out of it, I think that was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Personally, I think I agree with you. He's not one of my favorite comedians. Some of his material I don't care for. But that's all right. That's what you have choices for. That's you say I wouldn't go see that guy, or I would.
Yeah.
That's a people's choice. But in that case, nobody had anything to say about it. And as Brent said yesterday, to be there would be somewhat uncomfortable.
Well, you saw the people in the background of the video. The one guy's like smiling, and then he wasn't smiling, then he's smiling again. No one knows. You're in a room full of actors.
Yeah.
You don't know and it's the Grammy. It's crazy things happen all the time. I don't watch them personally, but if something like this happens, you're going to see the clip somewhere or hear about it. But I wouldn't know how to react.
I know.
Typically, I'm kind of I need to get out of this room type of person. I don't want to stick around whether I've got a positive or negative reaction. I'd just much rather not be there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I am with emotions in any direction,
Yeah, a lot of us are that way, and then a lot of us don't, I don't know who would know how to react under that circumstance. But Chris Rock opened his stand-up back up, and the audience was kind of waiting for him. This was just last night, I think it was. And they had a clip on CBS this morning about one of the people who went to the show, and she said that everybody was anticipating, maybe he would have some material on it. And I guess the only thing he said when he came out, he says, well, did you folks have a good weekend? And everybody laughed, and then he went on with his regular show. So he's moving on, and he's not taking any legal action, which other comedians said they would have sued for about $200 million. So it really highlights kind of the Tinseltown way of thinking. And for us folks out here in the hills, it looks kind of silly.
There's lots of moving parts to it.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about for a couple seconds.
Bruce Willis is no longer going to be doing any acting. Did you read that?
I saw that. That's unfortunate. I feel bad for him, and he's had a great career to this point, though. But, sometimes the cards are stacked where you got to hang it up.
Some problems with his health that affect his speech and comprehension. He's 67. And they were talking about doing another Die Hard, Die Hard 6, but that certainly won't happen. But that is too bad. So that's some news going on. We'll talk about some other things. I'll just ask you this, Jeremy. I've been whining about productivity during March Madness. I've been doing that for years. And I'll just tell you the truth. A lot of times I do it just to get under Brent's skin. But I think there is a certain loss of productivity during that period of time in offices, but maybe not as much as there used to be. But here's one for you. Eric Church, country star.
Oh, yeah.
He canceled a concert that he had scheduled because he wanted to watch the Final Four.
I heard about that. I got to say, it's bold.
Yeah. I don't know if it was smart, but he wanted to watch the Final Four, so he canceled his concert. My idea would be you can record the game or games and watch them later.
Yeah, or keep your eyes off the news or, your phone or whatever, and then go and watch it in your tour bus while you're driving to the next stop or something. But we all get entertainment out of different things, and, there's probably people that have had those tickets to his concert for a long time that want to set up a vacation. People plan vacations around concerts to go to
certainly.
San Antonio and things like that. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't take it lightly that people are going to react negatively to him making that decision, especially when I'm pretty sure that this date has been set for. I think the thing is the team. He wants to watch a specific team play in it. I think he's a North Carolina fan. And they're an 8 seed and made it to the Final Four, but yikes.
Well, that's kind of questionable because, as you say, people put up their good money. It costs a lot of money to go to a concert.
Maybe he can do what I do at weddings when there's a Husker game on. Just watch it just put it on a screen over on the side. Just be distracted the whole time. Watch it on his phone at the table or something.
Well, there'd be other ways for him to.
There's a workaround somewhere.
He's going to do a 90-minute show, right?
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I don't know what time the show is and what time the game are, but I can't anticipate that they would overlap perfectly. You still catch the beginning or end. Oh well. I think in most people's eyes, he's kind of being seen as doing the wrong thing here.
Yeah, I'd agree. A little bit self-centered there.
Yeah.
You guys, I know you traveled all this way and you've set aside work and so on and so forth, spent money to get the tickets. I'm sure he'll have the show, but maybe not on that same day. He could have moved it, I suppose, and had it at a different time. He just canceled it.
Ah, wow.
All right, we have commentary coming up from Ray Hunt and more to come right here on The Breakfast Show.
This commentary is paid for by Ray Hunt. This program was not created in the KCNI KBBN studios and does not necessarily represent the views or policies of Custer County Broadcasting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This audio from Braden with Langley Outdoors Academy is brought to you and paid for by Ray Hunt.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, for this episode of Bullet Points on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, we are going to talk about something that I find really fascinating. Now, we talk very high level about the top level of gun controllers, but we don't talk about the everyday run-of-the-mill people who believe in gun control, or, as they say, common sense gun reform. The letter that I'm about to show you comes from a New York newspaper, from a New York resident, but they're talking about gun laws in Ohio, specifically the constitutional carry. Now, the reason that we're going to talk about this, and it's linked in the descriptions for you to read the entire thing, is I want to show you where the everyday run-of-the-mill gun control perspective is, not the top level, but every day, because the manipulation, the gaslighting, and the lies that they've been fed and fully believe are apparent in this letter and article. Like I said, it's linked in the description box below if you want to check it out, but let's dive in. I want to hear your thoughts on this one, because this does show a window into their perception. Letter. Ohio governor makes wrong decision to sign gun bill. Again, this is an individual that lives in New York writing to a New York newspaper, specifically in Buffalo. This isn't even close to Ohio, but that doesn't stop them. Check this out. Republican Ohio Governor Mike DeWine signed into law Senate Bill 215 that permits anyone in Ohio 21 or older to carry a concealed gun. In the past, Ohio law required 8 hours of training, a license, and a background check for concealed carry. Imagine that. Okay, so we're right out the gate, we're starting with arrogance and condescension. Okay, fine. It's not every single individual 21 and above. There are extenuating circumstances where you do not fall into this, like if you're a violent felon or something of that nature, but they don't hit on that. They want the dramatic impact. Let's keep going, because the gaslighting is strong in this one. The bill passed with only Republican votes. You know, Republicans, the Right to Life Party. I'm going to stop right there. In one scenario, of course, they're referring to abortion. In one scenario, you are killing a baby that is in a womb that is defenseless. In another scenario, you are talking about someone carrying a gun for their self-defense should they need it. Dramatically different. So let's drop the right to life bull, because that's not exactly what we're talking about here, but it's a nice conflation. Anyway, so instead of tightening gun laws to better stop paranoid idiots who mass kill a minuscule minority of Ohioans, he chose to arm as many Ohioans, some of which would never qualify for a gun due to background checking, training, and licensing fees. So in this last part, this is really important because they openly admit that the training, that if they can't do it, they can't get the gun. That's discriminatory. And the licensing fees. If you can't afford it, you can't defend yourself. Openly. Okay? Now, the other part here is due to background checking. There's a background check every time you buy a gun. What are you talking about? Because that continues here. The lies continue. This is really important that you see where their everyday mindset is. That old sawbone that a good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a gun has never quite borne out. 60,000 to 2.5 million defensive uses in last year, according to the CDC. So yeah, you may not hear about them, but that doesn't mean they don't exist, because the point is you don't hear about them. That's the entire point. By eliminating background checks that may have stopped the next mass killer, you aren't eliminating background checks. That is a lie. DeWine flung open the door to an untold number of paranoid individuals to legally obtain their weapon of choice to use at the time of their choice, unimpeded by pesky gun laws. Picture the jokers smiling at a gun store. Sure, absolute madness. What are you talking about? If you buy a gun in a gun store, you are getting federally background checked through the NICS system, 100%. Where do you think the whole lie about the Charleston loophole comes from? It's because the background checks that are demanded on every single gun. Talk about a gun show, which we're going to in a second. You're still getting background checked. If an illegal organization or an FFL holder is selling you a gun, you're getting background checked. We have these things called cell phones. You're still doing it, because if you don't, that FFL dealer is going to prison. This whole perpetuated lie about background checks not being effective when you're buying a gun is just that. It's a lie. They're talking about background checks for carry a gun. Why do you need to do that? If you've already passed the background check to buy the gun, why would you need one to carry it? It makes no sense on its face. That doesn't stop them, because these are bullet points that they know invoke an emotional reaction, even though they're lies. Now, this last part is my favorite part, where they completely dispel any benefit of gun control, because they say this out loud. Check this out. Anyone hell-bent on executing a mass shooting, whether they obtain the gun legally or through such things as unregulated gun shows, will find a way to acquire one. Whoa. Did you just say gun laws don't work? Anyone hell-bent on executing a mass shooting, whether they obtain the gun legally or through such things as unregulated gun shows, etc., will find a way to acquire one. So are you saying that all the ghost gun legislation, that's all the craze on the gun control states right now, isn't going to work because they're going to be hell-bent to find one? That's what we've been saying for years. Welcome to the party. Laws do not work. You cannot legislate morality. It's not possible. What you can do is take the preventive action and carry a gun yourself and take the responsibility yourself to prevent these people from doing what they're doing. So that old sawbone actually does bear out in reality. You just admitted it yourself. Anyway, I continue. To potentially arm a majority of over 21 population by removing pertinent gun safety laws shows a complete lack of understanding of human nature, statistics, and ever-present preponderance of mental imbalance. Imagine, well, I'm not going to read that part. The entire article here is completely false. This is someone in New York who does not live in Ohio, has no clue what they're talking about, but they are parroting all of the points they've been lied to through the mainstream media and through gun controllers over the years. The reason that I bring this to you today is it's important to understand where the everyday gun control advocate is, because these things are not based in reality. They're based in bullet points. They're based in gaslighting that they have been lied to and they fully believe.
Superfoods. Glenda's here to tell us about all of the specials and things going on at Gary's. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
We're doing fantastic. Thanks for coming in. There's one thing. I know there's that old saying, two things are certain in life, death and taxes. Well, right along with that is you need to go to the grocery store.
Yes, definitely. There's always milk on somebody's shopping list, that's for sure.
That's right, yeah. Well, I know that you guys at Gary's work hard each and every week to make sure that there's some great specials for people to take advantage of. So is that where you want to start today? Just some of the things that are on special and that you're featuring right now?
Yep, I think we'll just jump right in. Well, I guess the first thing is I want to say a big welcome to the Gary's family to Amy Lucci. She's my new assistant manager. She was there before, and so she's kind of a comeback, but stop on in. And she's a familiar face to those that have been in there, and she's really good on customer service and everything else. So stop on in and give Amy a good old welcome back.
All right.
So, and then on that, I want to dive right into some of the specials that we have going on this week. We have the Dole salad blends that are on sale in our produce area, 2 for $6. And then back in our meat, we have Open Acres boneless, skinless chicken breast for $2.99 a pound. And on the beef side of it, we have a couple of different things. We have 80% lean ground beef sold in a 2-pound tube for $3.49 a pound. And we also have boneless top sirloin steaks for $6.99 a pound. And Mike does really good. He had some really nice looking steaks back there cut up and ready to go.
Good.
Then in our dairy and frozen, we have a couple of different meal options. We have the Craving Pizza. It says it's the rising, it's select varieties. It's 2 for $9. And then along the same lines of that, we have the Craven Flavor Skillets, $3.99. We also have on our points, we have the $2.49 milk. Our family milk is with points. Then we have 29 cents for our family potato chips, and that's a 7-ounce selected size. And then our family baked beans are 49 cents. And our family waffles are only 99 cents this week with our points. And all those points are with 350 points. You get all of those specials. We do have the Frito-Lay Sun Chips or Lay's Chips are 2 for $5 on that in the ad this week as well. And then I want to touch base on, we have a special coming up. It's a produce special. And for, Broken Bow, I know it's the Thursday and Friday right before Easter, so I'm not really sure on the dates of that. But it's called the Fill It Fresh 2-day sale. And what it is you get a bag, it's a brown bag, and you're able to fill it with select produce items or featured produce items that we'll have there, and you could fill it for $20. So that's a great deal.
Yeah.
And then, let's see what else we got here. We've got some ground beef patties that are on sale. Let's see, kind of looking through the ad here and getting you some specials there while I'm looking through it. One of the things that we have is a lot of customers come in and say, hey, can you get this, or I don't see this on your shelf. And we are more than happy to always bring in any item that we can get brought in. Sometimes it's not available to us to order, but one of the quickest and easiest ways, there's many ways that you can do it. The quickest and easiest is if you have a pack of what you're trying to bring in. If you have the old package, bring that to us and say, hey, can you get this in for us? Or you could take a picture of it and, just let us know what it is. And we'll always do our best. We had a customer just this morning wanting to know if we could get his drink come in bulk, to where he can just buy it in bulk rather than singles. And we said, sure, we'll look at getting that brought in for you. And, we'll do anything that we can to try and get you the products that you want to purchase there in the store. Just ask Amy or myself, and we'll do our best to bring that in. And some more produce items that we've got are 1-pound fresh strawberries are 2 for $6. And so then grapes, along with that, we have the extra large red seedless grapes at $1.88 a pound. There's some more produce items. And then the Coffee Mate creamers are $3.69 this week. And we have some cheeses. We have the Crystal Farms shredded or chunk cheese, 2 for $5 on select varieties on different flavors of that. We have quite a bit of them. We keep trying to bring in different flavors that we think everybody will like. Then let's see, I'm trying to look at some other things here. So we're talking about the weather coming in. I kind of blew in. We're going to take a sidetrack here and kind of blew in here into the station. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, Mother Nature has kind of a twisted sense of humor here in Nebraska, doesn't she?
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Yeah. So we have our Pillsbury for the bakers out there. We have Pillsbury brownie or cake mixes, 4 for $5. And we have some Jiffy peanut butter on the different varieties that we have there. And that's 2 for $5. Fig Newtons or Oreo cookies are 3 for $10. Let's see, we have some home and health. We have some laundry supplies. We have the Tide laundry detergent is on sale for $13.99. Bounce, and that is the larger size varieties there. And then the Bounce fabric sheets is $5.99. Our family toaster pastries is the $2.49. So our family Pop-Tarts. We have Pure Leaf tea for 2 for $5. So we just got a bunch of variety all throughout the store, different things that you can throw together and make yourself a good meal.
All right.
Desserts and all.
Now, Easter is not too far away, and I would guess that the grocery store really gets good and busy once we get close to Easter, because that's one of those big baking days and big meal days that everybody's preparing for. Do you guys know yet? Are you going to be closed on Easter?
On Easter Day, we are going to be closed.
All right.
We are going to be closed Easter Day, and then going, regular hours prior to that. So
great. All right. And I just had a question on the points, Glenda. In case someone hasn't signed up for that yet, I assume it's very easy to do.
Oh, it's really easy. As you check it out, we have it looks like an iPad. You just type in your phone number right there, and you're signed up. And then every time you come in and go grocery shopping, you just sign into with your phone number, and you start accumulating your points on anything that you purchase. I think alcohol and tobacco doesn't count. You don't get points for that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't redeem points on alcohol and tobacco either, but you accumulate them for every dollar that you spend in our store.
Well, great. Well, hey, listen, it's all about being able to save money, and I know that you guys work really hard to make sure that the prices are competitive, and I know you work hard to make sure that your customers save that money when they come into the store.
Yep, and Amy and I, that's what we said. We're trying to bring in the best values that we can and get them on the shelves for customers and making sure that, we're the one-stop shop. So if you guys want something, like I said, you need something and you don't want to have to run to another store for it and look around, that's what we're here for. So we're doing our best.
Sounds good. Well, we appreciate you coming in. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention, or have we kind of hit the highlights?
Nope, I think that's kind of what we hit the highlights on. So.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
You bet. Thank you.
Gary Superfoods, our guest on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Dreaming of a nice green lawn this summer? Then sign up for the Aeroseed 5-Step Fertilizer Program that takes the guesswork out of yard work. Aeroseed will send you a postcard when it's time to apply fertilizer, supply you with the correct amount of fertilizer, and even loan you a professional fertilizer spreader to apply it. Stop into Aeroseed today to learn more or to sign up for the economical 5-Step Fertilizer Program and make your dream lawn a reality.
Here at Bruning Bank, our roots run deep in Nebraska agriculture, and we are proud to work with farmers and ranchers every day to grow and improve their operations. In honor of National Ag Month, we want to recognize all those who work in the ag industry and say thank you. These past few years have not been easy, and you have shown your resilience and dedication to your land, crops, and livestock productions. Bruning Bank is proud to support your operation by providing you with all the financial services you need, from checking to loans to useful business technologies. Bruning Bank, build, grow, thrive, member FDIC.
It's 8:32, and before we continue, we want to remind you that the Broken Bow schools are starting at 10 today. Ansley Public Schools starting at 10 today, and the Grand Island Independent newspaper will be late today, delivered this afternoon. Jeremy Shipe, along with yours truly here on this Thursday morning, kind of a white start to the day. Winds continue out of the northwest. I think it's been blowing now for about 12 days straight, feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah, we had like maybe a 12-hour span there where it wasn't. But most of the time when I look at the flag out here in front of the station, it's horizontal.
Yeah, it sure is. We have guests in the studio. Levi and Kathy Olson are here. Smoking hot. And what is the full title nowadays, Levi?
Smoking hot barbecue.
Barbecue. Okay. And it's kind of pink.
It's kind of pink.
All right. So what are you guys up to? What's going on, Kathy?
We are actually we'll be out at the Cobblestone on Sunday, April 3rd, from 11:30 to 7. We're going to have a kind of a taste test of all of our foods. We're trying to promote maybe graduation parties or even everything else we can do. We can do weddings and anniversaries and birthdays and reunions, and we've done brandings.
Mm-hmm.
We do these guys that do pasture burn. We go over and feed those guys. Been doing that for the sergeant guys for about 6 years now.
So anywhere there's a group of people, a gathering, a crew, a party, celebration of any kind, you guys are up for providing the good food that you guys fix up.
Yes.
We are. We're up for a job, Dave.
There you go. Well, there's a lot of things coming up, as you mentioned, wedding season, graduations, Easter. It won't be long. We'll be having different sports activities, rodeos, firing back up again. I know you guys do a lot of rodeos, too.
Do quite a bit, yep. And we just got notified for popcorn days this morning.
Oh,
I don't
did
know
you?
if we were still going to come over for that, so we said we'd be there.
All right. So that's this Sunday. And also this Sunday there is the activities at Melham Park. I think there's going to be a lot of people for a fundraiser there, bringing their dogs in and raising money. So when they get done, they can come out and test some food with you. What time does it start again?
Starts at 11:30, and we'll also have where they can take food, like take for supper or for lunch or whatever.
Or if they want to sit down and eat, we'll have sandwiches like our pulled pork or our brisket.
Prime rib.
Prime rib. And we're also going to do sliders. It's something that we haven't, last year we done a prime rib sandwich, but we did the sliders for a graduation. And so, people want to come out and grab a meal while they're there, more than welcome to.
Okay. Now, a lot of times there's a bunch of graduations on one weekend. I mean, actually about 3-4 weekends, and most of them are over with, right? Mm-hmm. Are you able to go ahead and if people set up that, say there's 3 graduations that weekend, you guys can set up and have the food ready for them to take to their celebration? Is that a problem, Kathy?
No. We can have the food ready for them. Last year we did that for quite a few of them. Unless it's something that we serve, like our prime rib, we don't like to just
put it in a roaster or anything. We like to
serve that because you don't want to waste. I don't know.
Overdo it and turn it into roast beef.
Right. So, but a lot of times we just prepare the food and we drop it off, and then they have it when they,
All right.
So,
Jeremy was talking about how much he loves the proteins you fix up, but Kathy, I also know from talking to you and seeing how you're a salad girl too. I mean, you do a lot of salads, don't you?
We do. Yep. I make all my salads that we have. So even in our food trailer, the salads that are in there, we make them up. And
our barbecue beans. She's got her own recipe, makes her own barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of trailers that offer salads, so you're kind of ahead of the game there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And this Sunday they'll also have some craft vendors out at the Cobblestone.
Okay.
She promoted to have kind of a day out there. So if you look online at their Facebook page, they have a bunch of vendors that are going to be out there too.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Okay.
You'll be a part of several then.
yes. Yep.
Okay. Good chance for folks to come and have something good to eat, right, Jeremy? And then check out some of the other crafters
and anymore there's so many graduation parties that happen at the same time. You got a lot of people that are going to a lot of different graduation parties, so to kind of try to mix it up with a variety of different foods that are available out there. And
or just maybe you want to have a party.
Or just have a
party. You remember those days, Levi, when you used to just have a party?
Kinda.
Hey, let's get together and have a party. Let's get a hold of
Days are a lot different now than they used to be. Dave.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, they are.
Let's get a hold of the Smoking Hot Barbecue and have them make us up some goodies to have at the party, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, come out and see us, see what options that we got out there. We can cater it, or we can just sell the meat or the sides.
Okay.
And go that route. We also wanted to say we bought a pretty good sized smoker here in November, and we can do about 500 pounds of meat on it in one shot. So we also smoke meat for people.
Okay.
So a lot of times we get asked, hey, I got some meat. Would you be able to smoke it for us? We are interested in doing that, even if it's something that they have. Absolutely.
Okay. That's
Give
good
us
to
a
know.
holler, and you can get a hold of Kathy or I. Kathy's number is 870-1126, and mine is 870-0961.
961. Okay. So call and talk about any of these things, but I don't know, Jeremy, 500 pounds, up to 500 pounds, right? So let's say you have you got a whole bunch of people in your family. Like, could one family order up 300 pounds and have you smoke it?
We can do it.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of one of those things, everybody comes across an event where they're going to have, a couple hundred people, whether it be a wedding or an anniversary party or something like that. But you don't necessarily need to have your own smoker that can do 500 pounds of meat on hand all the time.
Yeah.
You call in somebody else for that when you need to do something like that. That's kind of the idea here is, it's kind of like borrowing a trailer.
Yeah, only you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Only you don't have to actually load it up and, so.
How long do you typically, I know it depends on the cut of meat and how many pounds, but I mean, you're a slow smoker, I think, aren't you?
Well, I don't know if we're slow. Maybe I am. Kathy's not. But, it all depends. We pretty much got everything down that we do. And I don't know, like brisket, here a lot of people do brisket 16, 20 hours. We're doing brisket about 8 to 9 hours.
Okay.
So,
but you do need some like advance, you really wouldn't want somebody to decide they're going to have a party on Saturday and call you on Friday, right? I mean, that
yeah,
wouldn't work.
right. Yeah, don't want to knock on the door. Hey, I got some meat here. You want to smoke it?
And do they? How does that work? They provide the meat for you to smoke, or do you? Either way.
Either way.
Okay. So you have
either way, and if they, Kathy, she does a good job seasoning. I know we do some for some other folks, and she seasons it, and she'll aim me when it's done. She'll aim me cut it or pull it or whatever, and do that too. So
okay, ready to go.
Ready to go.
There you go.
All right. This Sunday at what time, Kathy?
Starts at 11:30 and then goes till 7.
All right, and that's at the Cobblestone.
Yep.
And let me throw those numbers out again. If you folks have questions or want to talk about setting up something for an event, 870-1126. That's Kathy, and Levi is 870-0961. Is that correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay, I had one too many zeros there, so I was getting nervous. All right, sounds like a good way to maybe spice up a Sunday, Jeremy.
Yeah, and you have a lot of moving parts, specifically graduation parties. There's so much that's going on. You're trying to coordinate family members that are coming into town, and this would be one thing that you wouldn't have to worry about as much if you hire them to make some food and bring it into you, and you don't have to stress about it.
Yeah, and if you tell them that you're going to have food made by Smoking Hot Barbecue, you're probably going to get some relatives coming that typically you hadn't seen for a number of years.
That's actually, probably the way it works.
Maybe that third
or
cousin.
if there's a ton of graduation parties and you can entice people to come to yours with the food,
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Or that third cousin might show up that you had a fist fight with last time you got together. That's all possibilities on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if that would run in our family, but
Oh,
maybe,
no. No, I'm not saying.
Maybe the party crowd. Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thanks a lot for coming in. Appreciate it. Any music requests?
Well, I was going to ask you one question. I was kind of thinking about that DJ job.
Oh, the news job?
I really don't want to do the news part, but the DJ. But, I want to just strictly help you out and just do all music and no advertising. I sit in a skid steer and cut trees all day, and you're my favorite radio station, but... I hear the same commercial about every 2 minutes. I'm thinking just solid music, Dave.
Well, let's set up a time. You can come in and be a DJ. We'll move the commercials. So we've got an hour of free commercial.
I think
rock
you
time.
could put them on the country station. That'd be all right.
Well, we have them over there, too.
Yeah.
See, you sound like... All right, watching there's a movie on TV, right? And it's not on a movie channel. And it's a movie that you want to see. And it seems like about every 2 minutes they take a commercial break. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, God, I wish this was on here where I didn't have these commercials. And my wife reminds me, well, Dave, that's how you make a living. So there's the other half of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'd like to vote for the Animals, The House of the Rising Sun.
Oh, that's a good one. We just played that the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but we'll play it again.
Did I say vote?
You,
I see. You just, my brain is just, you steered me a different direction, Dave.
It's hard to steer you in a different direction.
Oh, and then I say the House of the Rising Sun. That kind of goes with the Herbster, right?
With what?
Herbster.
Herbster?
Yeah, vote for Herbster.
Oh.
See
I'm not
the
getting
H,
a connection. Oh.
The H.
Oh. Kathy, are you getting this?
No.
Is it Herbster with an H?
Yeah.
House of the Rising Sun with an H?
Okay.
Yeah. I should have went with Kiss or something.
Sunday, starting at 11 o'clock, Cobblestone. Smoking Hot Barbecue will be there among other businesses and crafters for you to take in. It'll be a great day for it. The weather's going to be good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Levi.
Have a great morning.
Had me a little confused there at the end, but we're okay. We'll take a time out and hear from some commercial inventory here for you, Levi. Stay tuned.
When you're having pain, you want it gone fast. Varney Health Mart has what you need to push it aside. Health Mart Pain Relief Caplets, 100 count, $7.99. Pain Relief 100 count tablets, also $7.99. For the kids, Liquid Pain and Fever Reducer is $5.99. Proud to be your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. Varney Health Mart in downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Geared for Sports on the west side of the square in Broken Bow is there for you when you're gearing up for your sports endeavors. They have you covered for spring and summer.
the Animals on the radio this morning. That requested by Levi. I don't believe that was Kathy's request, but it was Levi Olson's request. And again, they'll be at Cobblestone this Sunday beginning at 11 o'clock along with some other businesses. And they're going to have food for you to taste and enjoy and purchase. Take it home with you. Eat it right there. Going to be a great day for it.
I've had some of their barbecue out of their trailer when it's been in town here at different events before. And, you know, maybe you'll go down there on Sunday and you're not planning on having an event, but you'll taste their food and you'll be like, wow, I need to have some friends over, kind of like you were saying. Come up with a party.
Come up with a party. Come up with a group of people that would like to have smoked meat. And, you know, I'll split the cost and have a few 100 pounds smoked up and split up. Sounds great.
Think as far ahead as you want to. You know, summer is kind of that, you know, I know they were kind of thinking more of the graduation parties and weddings that are starting up. But, you know, summer, 4th of July get-togethers, things like that, they can help with that too.
Yeah. Some festivals out there that might need a little something extra for a food vending. They could help with that with the smoked meats. So it's all coming up quickly. Something that also is coming up and going to be held at the One Box Convention Center. I think that's kind of neat in itself that Sumner Eddyville Miller schools are coming up here to have their fundraiser here in Broken Bow. And we were visiting with some folks recently about that, and they said they have a lot of good support from this area for SEM, and we're happy to hear that. So they're having their gala up here, and this is the foundation fundraiser.
Yep, the Gatsby Gala 2022, April 9th at the One Box Convention Center in Broken Bow. Doors open at 5:30. The silent auction also starts at 5:30 right when you walk in. A steak dinner will be served at 7, and the live auction is at 8. They invite you to come dressed for the theme or just as you feel comfortable. Tickets are available for $50 and can be picked up from the front office at the SEM school, the main place, or from any board member. April 9th at the One Box Convention Center, the Gatsby Gala 2022, of course, to benefit the SEM School Foundation. We know all about the wonderful things that foundations in our area do for those that they are involved with. And that's the same situation here. The SEM Foundation would love to have you. You know, I'm sure that part of that $50 goes into the meal, but then anything that's left goes right back into the SEM School Foundation. So just by attending and enjoying a meal and conversing with maybe some people you haven't met before, you're helping out an area school, and that's important. So April 9th, One Box Convention Center in Broken Bow. Doors open at 5:30. Get your tickets in advance at the school, the main place, or from a board member.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. And I know that they would appreciate it if you can't make the event. Find out how you can make a donation. And I think they'll just accept donations as well. They're doing a lot of good things. They got a wonderful school there. Very impressive when you go into the Sumner or Eddyville Miller School.
It's cool looking.
It's nice.
The front entryway is awesome.
Yeah. New gym and the old gym, and they just kept everything up really, really well. And they've got a good school there. So they're proud of it, and they should be. Music from Blackberry Smoke. Let it burn. Yeah, let it burn. Blackberry smoke right here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Before we go to news, we're going to talk a little bit about Roxanne at Nebraska Land Hearing Center. She's ready to go for you this spring and summer.
She's a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience, and she's right in Broken Bow. Easter is coming up, and if you struggle with your hearing or you worry about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings, stop in to see Roxanne. She can help. She has local, dependable service right in Broken Bow, offering free hearing evaluations and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, and extended discounts for buying local. You don't need to travel. That's the big thing. You know, she's got the experience that you desire, and sometimes more experience than the people in the big towns. Right in Broken Bow. So call 384-3852 to make an appointment or swing by. They are located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building right down the street from Bow Bootery on the east side of the square in Broken Bow. Just look for the business name on the glass window in front, Nebraska Land Hearing Center.
All right, thank you very much. News is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on a Thursday.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. Oil prices are tumbling this morning. On reports, President Biden is considering a plan to release another 1 million barrels of oil a day to bring down fuel prices. Analyst Phil Flynn says, been there, done that, and it doesn't help much, especially long term.
If you look at yesterday's oil inventories in the United States, we released 3 million barrels from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve last week. And even with that release, the supplies of oil fell by 3 million barrels.
For now, Americans are feeling the pinch at the gas pump, including this ice cream truck driver in Virginia.
When you're driving a truck around, it gets about 9 miles to the gallon, and then, the ice cream machine itself is works off the diesel, which is now $5.09 a gallon. I'm blaming nobody, but it really stinks.
The average price for a gallon of regular in the U.S. today, $4.22. It's over $5 in California. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL, and we had a surprising coaching change in Tampa with Bruce Arians stepping down as head coach and defensive coordinator Todd Bowles taking over. Arians, who guided the Bucs to a Super Bowl title 2 years ago, will move into a front office consulting role. Bowles has previous NFL head coaching experience, having been the head coach of the Jets for 4 seasons. Checking NBA games of note, the Heat beat the Celtics 106-98 in the Big Eastern Conference game. Miami now with a 1-game lead on Milwaukee and a 2-game lead on Boston and Philadelphia with the top record in the Eastern Conference. Suns beat the Warriors 107-103, 9th win in a row for Phoenix. They're a league best 62-14 now on the year. Grizzlies edged the Spurs 112-111. The San Antonio loss drops them out of the final play-in spot in the West. The Lakers now hold that spot. Luka Doncic 35 points, 13 assists for the Mavericks in a 120-112 win over the Cavaliers. Nikola Jokic 37 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists for the Nuggets. They beat the Pacers 125-118.
Here's your Weatherology Forecast. For today, look for gradually decreasing cloud cover with highs working up into the lower 50s. Let breezy northwest winds at 15 to 20. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 24, with our winds turning light and variable. For your Friday, a chance for some afternoon rain showers developing with mid-50s for highs. Saturday, lots of sunshine returning, 63. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
As a parent, you know kids are amazing and expensive. But with Fabric, protecting your family with term life insurance is surprisingly affordable with a personalized policy for your family starting at less than $1 a day. It's quick, easy, all online, and you could be approved instantly. Plus, no risk, cancel anytime. Secure your family's financial future today at meetfabric.com/future. That's MEET fabric.com/future. Fabric Insurance Agency policies issued by Vantis Life, not available in New York and Montana. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hungered in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungeredInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It is 4 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock, 28 degrees outside, so we're warming up out there. We're seeing more sunshine. Flag is still flipping around and being affected by the northwest winds, and we'll have that wind throughout the day. But sun is starting to warm things up, hopefully melt things off, but do drive with care, especially on the traffic areas where there's been a lot of cars and trucks already running. That seems to be the slickest. Jeremy, it's 9 o'clock, so we can remind folks again that the Broken Bow School is starting about an hour from now at 10. Ansley School starting at 10 a.m. And now, this just in, the Sandhills Valley Boys Golf Tournament in Stapleton has been moved to Monday. Sandhills Valley Boys Golf Tournament in Stapleton has been moved to Monday due to the conditions outside. So that's a couple of things that we want you to know about here this morning. Also wanted to talk a little bit about fish talk.
Fish talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're discovering through scientific research. And I really hate to bring this up because my wife gives me a hard time because I love to fish. And I've told her for years that, fish they eat one another. They're pretty basic. They don't have a lot of brain activity. And so they don't feel much pain
when you hook them.
When you set the hook.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, now this is a study that was just released that 99% of the world's fish communicate by making sounds.
Uh-huh.
It's not words, but it's like they snap their tendons as a way of defending their territory or vibrating their bladders to tell another fish, hey, get away, or hey, you're cute. Scientists say it's nearly impossible to hear it with human ears, which, it doesn't really work underwater anyway, but they now think that 99% of fish species talk. So
still might not hurt them that much when you set the hook, though. They haven't done that research yet. You're still good there.
Yeah, I think most fishermen know the story on that. But the nice thing about fishing, even if they're under there talking to one another, if you don't want to clean the fish or take them home, you just put them back in the water and they swim away, and they're usually just quite fine.
I can't remember the last time I fished, let alone the last time I fished and actually took fish home with me. Catch and release is pretty darn fun too.
What often happens if you have a live well in your boat and you first get to the lake and maybe you catch one or two and then you fish all day and then you think,
is it worth it?
By the time I get home, it's going to be late, and I'll just let these fish go.
Yeah,
and they're usually in pretty good shape. But fish do talk to one another. I think that's kind of obvious because a lot of the lures that you use nowadays have little steel balls in them, or the blades, or the vibration a lot of times is what attracts the fish because they do eat one another. Mm-hmm. And so if they hear maybe a fish going by, they don't think they're so cute as much as it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
And they hear that rattle, or even a distress from an injured fish is, kind of emulated with lures. So I think I'm still okay. I think I can still live where I live at this time. But if they do much more research, I'm probably not going to be able to stay home.
They got to put an end to that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like, my wife does this once in a while, and I think other people do too. There's cats, and then there's birds, okay? Mm-hmm. The cats sneak up, and they're going to attack that bird, and they're going to try to kill it. And some people go outdoors to say, leave those birds alone, or try to interrupt the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what they do, right?
Yeah. I've seen my cat jump really, really far in the air and catch birds out of the air before.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing, actually.
Yeah.
But it's nature, right?
And it's nature's way. Our cat, I have our cats to thank for having little to no mouse problems. And when we first lived at the house and didn't have cats, we had mice everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they hunt them. It's not so much. I just think the mice don't like being around because they know a cat's around.
Yeah.
They get hunted when they do come around, but I think there's less to begin with because of the presence of a cat. That's what barn cats and things like that are for.
That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's why you want to keep cats on more of a dry food diet than a rich crack cocaine cat food that
the canned kind,
yeah,
with the wet,
yeah,
the fancy gravy and sauce and fish sauce and salmon sauce and geez, some of those cans of food, the descriptions on them are so good. It makes me want to dive a fork into one till you smell it.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't do it. But pretty soon, if they eat too much of that type of food, then they just kind of lay there and go, yeah, I don't really care if there's a mouse around. I'm full.
Yeah.
So, but they can sure control mice, and a good way to do it.
Yes.
All right, we're going to take a time out. We're going to play a little Matchbox from Carl Perkins for you. We're going to see if we can catch up with Subway yet this morning. Stay tuned.
A message from Lieutenant Governor Mike Foley.
As your Lieutenant Governor, it's been an honor to fight for the values we care about. Charles W. Herbster is the candidate I trust.
Charles W. Herbster, a fifth-generation farmer and rancher.
Charles is solidly pro-life, is a man of faith and conviction. Charles is also a man of character and accomplishment, and he's willing to stand up and defend our values and defend our freedoms. Charles W. Herbster is the candidate I trust to take Nebraska to the next level.
Mike Foley is proud to endorse Charles W. Herbster for governor.
Charles W. Herbster is the candidate who will stand strong for our conservative principles. Charles is the conservative we need to lead our great state. I've been following this year's race for governor very closely. Charles W. Herbster is the best choice for Nebraska.
Paid for by Herbster for Nebraska.
Ah, yes, Matchbox, Carl Perkins, and a whole bunch of friends on the radio this morning. Matt is with us from Subway. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
Not too bad. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We just did a little piece on fish talk. I wanted your opinion on this. There's scientific proof that fish all talk to one another using either their gills or their bladders with vibrations. Did you ever have a fish talk to you while you were fishing?
No. Not that I can recall. Maybe in dreams.
In dreams.
Maybe some saying, "Come catch me."
Yeah. Well, I guess catfish talk. When you catch a catfish, they make all kinds of weird noises, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And maybe bullheads, too. Do bullheads talk?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got a rumble.
Maybe it's the fish with little stingers that do all the talking.
I think the drum make a noise, too.
That's true. That's true. They do. So just some more clearly than others to the human ear.
Right. You just got to get them little white rocks out of them.
Yeah. How's things going for Subway?
Not too bad. Looks like a beautiful day.
It's going to get better, and there's track meets going on, golf tournaments, and so forth. So we imagine that means sandwiches going out the door for some of those events, maybe some party platters. Spring is here.
Well, I think Mother Nature got confused.
Yeah, this morning for sure, but going to be nice this weekend. So we can get out and do some things. I know there's some activities here in the park and different things, so people can stop by and pick up a sandwich. What's going on as far as Subway specials? Is it all on the app?
Yeah, all our discounts and all our coupons, unless you get a coupon through the mail, will now be on the app. Really, no more in-store specials. They just have them all online.
Okay. All right. Now, this time of year, I guess, well, maybe I shouldn't say this time of year. This protein salad has been big since you introduced it, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
And tell us how that's made again.
Well, what it is you get a foot-long portion of meat in a protein bowl, and you get a 6-inch worth of vegetables. So it's a little bit smaller of a salad, so if you don't like a lot of vegetables and you like your meat, then this is a way for you to go.
Okay. And then let's stay on salads. You also still have the salads that can be made out of any Subway sandwich combination?
Yes.
Okay. And that's where you use the cutter and put it in a bowl and do all of that?
Yep.
And those...
Well, we don't chop them no more. We just throw them in a bowl now. It's the same bowl, just you get a little bit more toppings. It's like a protein bowl, except it's got half the meat and it's got 3 times the veggies.
Okay. You just don't chop it up?
Right.
Okay. All
now
right.
we give you a little fork and knife, and if you want it chopped, you can cut it up. And if you don't, like some people, like I don't like my salad chopped. I want it whole. I want to make a mess when I eat one.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeremy Shipe is here this morning filling in for Brent. We were talking earlier that he stopped in the other day and he admitted to being a boring guy and ordering the same sandwich he did the last couple of times. What do you order, Jeremy?
I do the All-American Club.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one. Oil and vinegar is the key for me. Just a little bit of that at the end.
Yeah.
You do know that vinegar is made out of rotten apples?
Didn't know that. It tastes good. Though.
You don't
That's
care.
all yeah, it could be made out of carpet if it tastes good.
Right, I'll eat it.
Carpet, that'd be a good test. That's a good one, Jeremy. So, are you still looking for help?
Yes, we are hiring. We're looking for some days and night shift and morning. If you're looking for part-time, full-time, 2 days a week, come on in and give us a try.
All right. Hours still the same?
Yeah, we're currently open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay. And that's every day?
Every day except Sunday we are closed.
Okay, closed on Sundays yet. maybe down the road that will change, but right now that's the way it is.
Yep.
I always ask you about this, and you do a good job. I didn't realize until you told me a while back that you can get a wrap in any combination, just like any of the other Subway sandwiches. As I remember in the beginning, the wrap was kind of a preset choice. You had 2 or 3 different choices. But am I thinking right? You can get a wrap made any way you want it?
Yep. You can get any sandwich that Subway offers, and you can make it into a protein bowl, salad, wrap, or pizza.
Okay. All right. And are we about running out of soup?
Yeah. Hopefully we will be done with soup within the next couple of weeks.
Okay. All right. All right. Is there anything else, Matt, that you wanted to tell us about that we didn't ask you this morning?
Well, I was hoping to make it there today to be on the radio, but Mother Nature kind of put a damper on my driving abilities.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the highways are pretty slick.
Yeah, but I am on my way up to spend a little bit of time up in Broken Bow today, so come on in and see me this morning.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Take care. Matt with Subway here in Broken Bow, and they are open 6 days a week, closed on Sundays right now. Don't feel bad about ordering the same sandwich. A lot of us do that.
Yeah, if it's good, why change?
But, as you said earlier off the air, you think, well, I'm going to maybe try something a little different. And then when you get in the door, you go, no, I'm just going to go with what I like.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have it made just how you like it at Subway and have it made right in front of you. So that's all good. Oh, I must have hit the button there. All right, let's talk a little bit about some things coming up.
Okay.
Maybe you should talk about this because you're the one will be talking to applicants for the job opening that we have here in KCNI KBBN Radio's studios, news director position, and you're taking applications for that, and they're starting to come in. So you want to kind of invite people who might be interested in working here?
Yeah. Send your applications to me, Jeremy at sandhillsexpress.com. I know I went through it myself when I applied to work here at KCNI KBBN. If you've never worked in radio, it can be intimidating to think about, and it can kind of worry you. And nobody really, what I've discovered is no one really loves the sound of their own voice. Even if you work in radio, you never quite get used to listening to your own voice. But
True.
Don't let radio intimidate you. If you like talking to people and meeting new people, this is a perfect job for you. News directors go out and they report on meetings and they go to court and they write stories about that. But you have different opportunities every single week to meet new people and tell their stories to the people of Central Nebraska. So if you enjoy meeting new people and having new experiences and kind of putting together your own personal piece of the radio and recording that, the radio side comes easy. We can teach you that if you have no radio experience. But if you like meeting new people and conversing with people and just like being sociable, this is a good position for you to apply for. So send your resume to me, Jeremy at sandhillsexpress.com. I'd be happy to talk to you and kind of feel out a little bit more about any questions you might have or things I can tell you about the position, and be so excited to talk to you.
Well, and I think if you talk to Gavin or Emily, they would tell you that if you're new to the area or you've just moved back to this area or you just haven't been out and about much, it's a great way. This news job is a great way to get in touch with the community and make new friends, as you've mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I think Emily and Gavin both benefited from that, being new to the community. And it wasn't long they knew a lot about what was going on more than other folks because they were covering the news, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You can get pretty integrated into things pretty quickly. And, it feels good to know people when you go out and about and be able to wave and smile and say hi.
Yep.
So that's kind of the ins and outs of that kind of a position. So if you or someone you know might be interested, send your information my way.
And you can do that and get out and about the next few days because there's things coming up, even if you aren't a news person. Knights of Columbus Fish Fry is tomorrow at the Sargent Community Building from 5:30 until 7 p.m. On Saturday, a benefit for Lyric Scott, and Emily has a story going on about that on our newscast today. That event takes place on Saturday 3 until 7 p.m. at the Broken Bow Golf Club. It's sponsored by the Lions Club. They're going to have a cornhole tournament, taco and nacho bar, and silent auction. And if you can't make it, you can also just make a donation. They'd love to have you come, but if you can't, a donation would be very much appreciated. Then on Sunday, the Dog Jog fundraiser from 2 p.m. until whenever at the Malham Park in Broken Bow. Becky Pearson was in the other day to promote that. They are organizing this at Pearson Physical Therapy because they want to help raise money for Nathan King to help him purchase a therapy dog. They work with Nathan, and he lost his dog to cancer, and he's going to buy a new one called Raisin. And it costs a little money to do that, so we're going to try to help him out on Sunday. You don't have to have a dog to come. You can walk without a dog and watch the other folks with their dogs. They're going to have kind of a raffle or two and costume contest for the dogs, and you can win for getting through the course for completion times. And there's going to be a lot going on, and it's all good fun as a fundraiser on Sunday. If you need more information about that, call 872-5800. Also, Jeremy, before we close the show, we want to take time today to thank all of our ag sponsors. Ag Week, Ag Month is concluding today, and we had a bunch of great businesses who wanted to highlight how important agriculture is to this area. And those include AgriBest Feeds in Callaway, Custer Public Power District, Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley, Mount Custer Truck Sales just east of Broken Bow on Highway 2, the Grocery Cart here in Broken Bow, State Farm Insurance, Donna Cahill, Trotter Fertilizer in Broken Bow, Agland ATV on this side of town, on the west side on Highway 2, Sargent Irrigation here in Broken Bow, and they're all over the country, but started right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Also, Power Solutions, who are out at East Highway 2, right out there by Mount Custer's. Baco Transfer down in the Litchfield area. They are hauling hay and grinding hay and fixing up things and repairing things. They'd like to let you know how important agriculture is to them, so they got involved. Dewey's Implement and Welding in Myrna. Thank you, Dewey's. Trotter Service in Broken Bow. Aeroseed, Broken Bow. Mills Hardware in Arnold. Mead Lumber, Broken Bow. Farm Credit Services of America here in town. Nebraska State Bank in Callaway, Myrna, and here in Broken Bow. A1 Auto Repair in Arnold, and Downey Drilling. I believe they're located out of the Lexington area, but they've been serving this area for decades. So thank you very much to those businesses. They're important, and I know you worked with a lot of them to get those ag salutes together.
Yep, we've been hearing those for a couple of weeks now, and Ag Week wrapped up last week, but Ag Month runs all month long, and obviously today's the last day of the month. But every day is a good day to salute those ag producers out there that work hard every single day. They're really a main cog in the world economy, and this is just a good time to recognize it before things get crazy for them and everyone else this upcoming spring and summer season.
All right, Jeremy, thanks for sitting in for Brent, who is taking a couple days off. Of course, he is dedicated to the neighborhood, and I don't know if he's helping out other neighbors, but I do expect that he'll be doing some painting and some cleanup at our place. If he's not doing it right now, he'll be doing it very soon. I'm just confident of it.
Okay. So don't hold your breath.
Okay. Well, your carpet thing, I really like that today. Thanks.
I was looking around the room. I'm like, what's something that would... It's the first thing I thought. That's the first thing I thought of.
I loved it. All right, we'll get back together tomorrow if you're up for that.
Yep, sounds good.